guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the week preceding March 14th. I had like something in my hair. I again was only going to do Stacking the Shelves every other week, but I got a lot of books for review this week, so I'm going to go ahead and do another Stacking the Shelves this week, and I'm going to have to stop getting books because it's getting a little bit out of control. I think I have like 30 books to read right now, and I was trying to stay around 15. Anyways, I'm going to do this a little bit backwards. I'll start with the library books, do audiobooks, and then do all the review books because I have quite a few of review books. But first, the library book I got from the library. I picked up 2 more library books this last week. And the first one of that was Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. I actually already read this and returned it to the library. I read both the ones I got from the library kind of right away. This was a fantasy, young adultish type of novel, and it's a retelling of Monte Cristo, and but kind of gender swapped, so the main character who's seeking revenge is a woman, and I really liked it. I really liked Tara Sim's writing style. This is like a mini review for it, I guess. I really liked her Timekeeper series as well, and there's just really something about her writing style that really clicks for me, so I liked it a lot. I didn't like it quite as much as the Timekeeper series, but I did enjoy it a lot. I enjoyed the characters, and I just thought it was really well written. So, yeah, that one. The second one I got from the library I did not enjoy as much, and that is Reverie by Ryan LaSala. I think I actually am going to be giving this like 2 out of 5 stars. This is kind of a neat idea. It's about a town where like people can slip into like it's even hard to explain. You can tell the whole book was hard to read, but somebody's like memory comes alive and people slip into that memory, and there's other kids who have superpowers that like help save people from this person's dream or memory or whatever, or reverie as they're calling it. If this sounds confusing, it was confusing. I mean, this was a neat idea, but the book was kind of a mess. The writing style was really inconsistent. It was confusing. We never really figured out why this was happening, and that was really weird because a lot of time was spent explaining why the reveries were happening, but it didn't make sense, and it wasn't very cohesive. This is one I really wanted to love because I thought it sounded so cool, and I did not like it. Like, I kept hoping. I actually read the whole thing, and I kept hoping and hoping it was going to get better, and it just didn't. It was just I don't know how to describe it except for a mess. The writing was inconsistent. The description was bad. It went from like really like dreamy like language and imagery and stuff to all of a sudden like not, and it was just bleh. I didn't like it. So there's that. Then I got 2 audiobooks. I actually picked these up. Audible was having a 2-for-1 sale on audiobooks. So with 1 credit, you get 2 books. It just so happened that 2 books that were on my wish list were a part of that sale. The first one that was on my wish list that was part of that sale is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi, and I probably said that wrong. I know everybody's probably already read this series. It's an older young adult, like dystopian science fiction series, and to be honest, I kind of avoided it for a long time because it was a little burnt out on like young adult dystopians, but it seems to really be standing the test of time. People still really love it, and so I'm going to go ahead and read it. So I got it for audiobook. Second audiobook I got was, again, very much in that same vein, and that is The Selection by Kira Cass. This is very, very popular young adult dystopia about some young women who are vying to be selected for to marry the king or like to get the throne or something like that. And I kind of avoided it for a while because I was just a little bit burnt out on this genre, but I'm ready to have some more fun like young adult dystopia in my life. So I went ahead and got that as well. Again, it was like 2-for-1. So, okay. So the main reason I'm doing this is I got quite a few books for review again. And part of this is Quirk Books sent me another care package with a whole bunch of cool stuff in it. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the ones I got on NetGalley to review. And the first one of that is Deep Light by Frances Hardinge. Hardinge? I think that's how you say that. And this comes out really soon, I believe March, April. And it is, and I think that this may actually be the UK copy or something that I got to review. It may have already been released in the US and somehow I missed it. anyways, I've previously read a couple Hard Edge novels, really, really love them. I kind of want to go back and read like everything she has written, but when this came up as a new novel she has written, it sounded right up my alley. So very excited to read that. That's going to be like a young adult, like fantasy-ish novel. And then the second one I got to review through NetGalley is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Burrino Garcia. Apparently, I wished for this on NetGalley. I guess I kind of forgot about it, but then my wish got granted. I do not remember. I could look, but I don't remember when this comes out. So I'll maybe put a note below on when this book releases. I think it is a little bit later. I thought it was like June or July. But yeah, this is a Mexican Gothic novel, as the title would describe. It's about a debutante who goes to this remote, creepy house on an island in Mexico and is trying to solve some creepy mysteries there or something like that. That's all I really know about it. It sounded fun. It sounded kind of neat, and I do like a good, not Gothic mystery every once in a while. So, yeah, that should be a fun read. So then the rest of the review books I got were from Quirk Books. So thanks again to Quirk Books for sending me some of these. And this is from their spring catalog. So some of these are out or have just released. A lot of these were releasing in like March to April. And the first one I got is actually a nonfiction one that I thought looked really interesting, and that is Stuff Every Tea Lover Should Know by Candace Rose Rardon. And this is just a cute little book that goes through and has like the history of tea and then how to do tea tasting and then what the different things you need for tea, and then goes into like all the different types of teas as well. And I just thought it'd be really fun to read because I love tea and I drink a ton of it and I don't really know much about it. So I think this will be fun. The second one I got for review from Quirk Books is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampire Slaying. Sorry, I said that completely wrong. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. There we go. I got it right. By Grady Hendrix. I have read a few other books from Grady Hendrix that I also got from Quirk Books. And I think my favorite one was Horror Store. And it was like a book that was set up like an IKEA catalog, but was this horror story about this, like, I don't know, mass evil taking over an IKEA. It was hilarious, and I actually just loved it. It was just so weird. So this is another Grady Hendrix book, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. This one's actually like a normal like book. We'll see how it is. I've heard like mixed things about people seem to like it but not love it, but you know, we'll see. I'll form my own opinion. All right, and then the last one I got, I actually have read already. Me and my son have both read this, and this is Bites of Terror, The 10 Frightfully Delicious Tales by Cuddles in Rage. These are all done. These are photography, so they actually build these little sets and take the pictures of them. It's a graphic novel. It's kind of set up like a Tales of the Crypts for baked goods, if that makes any sense. You know, you got the creepy cake dude here that starts everything out, the cake creeper. And then he kind of takes you through some stories, and they all end up tying together kind of to make a overall story. I like this a lot. The art in there and the photography is cool. You know, how they did it is kind of neat. And you can actually go to their website there and see how they did all this. And then it's just funny. Like, it's very almost more punny. Like, there's a lot of food puns in here and a lot of stuff that would be really terrifying if you were a cupcake. But yeah, I like this. I gave it to my son, who does not like scary stuff. And he's like, oh, is this going to be scary? I said, well, only if you're a baked good. And so he started reading it last night and he thought it was hilarious as well. So now we're trying to get my husband to read it. But this is it's just silly. It's just silly, but it's silly in a good way. Like, it's well done silly. So I really like this. So you get a little review for that one too. But that's what I got for the week. So again, I got 5 books for review. 3 of them were from Quirk Books. The last 2 were for review from NetGalley. And then I got a couple audiobooks through the 2-for-1 credit sale right now. And then the last 2 were ones I got from the library. So that's what I got for books this week. To be honest, I did pick up a couple other books I go to the library from the library last night, but they're not included in this. I'll have to include next week maybe. Yeah, so that's that. Excuse me while I scratch my eye. What else is going on? I don't know. We're getting ready to go on a mini spring break trip coming up here. Actually, when this posts, I will be on it. I think we're coming back from it. We are just going to go up to the North Shore here in Minnesota and kind of hang out in Duluth Canal Park area. We always really like it up there. For some reason, my son just loves it up there, and I like it a lot. We've considered like buying a house up there at some point and moving up there. But we're planning on trying to do some hiking or snowshoeing or cramping shoe ice walking, depending on what the temperature ends up being and how much snow and ice there is. We wanted to go do some snow tubing. Duluth now has a couple escape room companies, so we were thinking about doing an escape room and just kind of chilling and hanging out. I mean, it's super cheap to go stay up there right now, and because we've got this big 2-week trip to Rome coming up, maybe, we thought we'd just do a little quick thing to get away and do something fun. As for our big 2-week extravaganza trip coming up in June, we don't know what is happening with that right now. We were supposed to go spend 3 or 4 days in Rome and then get on a cruise ship and go to Turkey, some Greek islands, and then to Naples. Yeah, we just don't know at this point what's going on. We're not changing anything because we don't know what's going to happen. But we are paying attention to the news, probably like everybody. We did find out from Royal Caribbean, though, they are going to offer like 48-hour cancellation now. So any cruise scheduled to leave before July 1st, you can cancel and have that credited to a new cruise without any penalty. Although, I mean, you don't get your money back, but you can move your cruise out. Delta is the flight we were taking out, and they're also being very good about letting people like get a voucher for future travel. So even if we don't, I'm a little bit more comforted by the fact that even if we don't end up being able to go do this big trip we had planned, and all my hours of planning are for naught, we can probably just reschedule it to like next year or something. So we'll hope that all works out. And on that note, I guess, we're done with hockey season. I think I mentioned that last week. We're starting lacrosse season now. My son is doing swimming, so we've been kind of busy. I have not been traveling much for work. A lot of the company, I was supposed to be gone right now, but the company we were traveling to is banning all domestic travel, so we are not going anywhere. So I am not traveling much, which has actually been kind of nice because I've been getting caught up on a lot of stuff at work, but it's really weird to actually have like continuous time to work in my office as opposed to like running around all over the place. So, anyways, aside from that, I guess that's all I really have to say. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy and keeping a level head in the current environment. Wash your hands, don't be dumb, that kind of thing. Don't go buy like 2 years worth of toilet paper and hand sanitizer because we don't really know why people are doing that. We were having a discussion about that at work. Like, oh, good, you have a whole room full of toilet paper. How is that going to help you? Just be smart and make sure that, you're being thoughtful of everybody else. So, like if you are sick, stay home. If you're not sick, wash your hands, cough in your arm, just don't be dumb. I think that maybe that should just be the World Health Organization's message is please don't be dumb. And be nice to people. Don't be weird about stuff. Don't be like, oh my God, this person was born in Japan, so I'm going to be an asshole to them even though they haven't been back there for 20 years. So, in general, be kind. Don't be dumb. I hope you got a lot of great books and you had a good week of reading. And I will probably talk to you next week because I'm not traveling right now and I have more time to do stuff like record these videos. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.